Hey folks, SoloGamer here, and we're talking about Elder Sign, the dice version of Arkham Horror. So what is it we can say about that? Well, they have a card game version, the Call of Cthulhu. They have board game versions of the whole Cthulhu, Lovecraft, Arkham thing with Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror. They even have a tile game called Mansions of Madness. So I guess it was only a matter of time or fated to have a dice game version of Arkham Horror. And that's what Elder Sign is. Many people call it Arkham Horror Light. Okay, I can see that. The thing with this game is it's cheaper relatively compared to other games, which can be 60 to 70 bucks a pop. Well, this game's maybe 25 to 30 bucks for the base set. So it's cheaper, it's quick, and it's a quick setup, quick playthrough. And let's talk about the components for this game. I'm going to give the components 2 thumbs up for this game. The dice are good, the cards are good, everything's good, but the thing that really makes this game special is the tarot cards. The tarot cards really make this game. The artwork on them is great, the written text on them is great. That sets the mood for this game. And I'll get more into the theme in a little bit, but the tarot cards are definitely the highlight of this game right here. I could sit there and just look through the whole stack of them and just read them and just look at the artwork. It's fabulous. Web support. I'm going to have to give it a half a thumb up on web support. Fantasy Flight, for some reason, they don't really talk about this game that much. They don't really talk about if they have any plans for it. There's no freebie stuff on their web. There's really not much for it. So, you know, I think they could do a little bit better on the web stuff, but I'll give it half a thumbs up just, you know, because the Fantasy Flight has such a decent customer response thing, in my experience now. Let's talk mechanics. Well, the mechanics, I'm going to have to give that 2 thumbs up because it's real simple. Roll the die, you know, move to an area, roll the die, you know, until you either are successful or you get beat. Simple, basic, not complicated at all. You know, and for a dice game, that's pretty good. So, you know, it does add a few other little things in it that make it just not that simple, but relatively speaking, compared to the other ones, it's, you know, the other Arkham stuff, it's pretty simple. Theme. Alright, well, I'll give this 1 thumbs up on the theme. And the theme, let's talk about the theme, because the theme is the biggest bugaboo for this game. If it weren't for the tarot cards, make the theme of this game, but that's about it. I mean, this really doesn't feel like, and just think how bad it would be without the tarot cards. It just really doesn't feel like this really doesn't get the feeling you get when you play Arkham Horror or Eldritch or Mansions of Madness or any of that. The theme is lacking on this, but you know, what can you do? It's a give and take type thing. This is supposed to be a quick, simple, easy setup, quick playthrough dice game, so it has to give something. So, you know, a little give and take, but the theme is definitely lacking a little bit on this one. And then let's talk about fun. I'll give it 2 thumbs up for fun. I'll give it about a thumb and a half. Okay, thumb and a half. So at the best it's going to be a 7, at the worst 6.5. It's fun. There's nothing like, you know, a good fun dice game if you're into dice games. Dice games are, I guess, an acquired taste. This is probably the only dice game that I have. I'm really not big into dice games, but I gotta at least have one to try to say, you know, hey, okay, I got a dice game, I'll play it. I went with Elder Sign, and I don't regret it. I like this game. But if you don't like dice games, don't bother with Elder Sign. It's not going to change anything for you. But I just will say this. There's nothing like playing a dice game and you have a bunch of people around you, with you, and you're playing with them, and you get in your hand and you roll that dice. You're going, come on, I need the skull, I need a skull, and you roll. And if you get it, you're like, hell yeah, shouting, everybody's screaming and hollering and hooping. But if you don't get it, Everybody's pissed off. So, you know, it's an acquired taste, a dice game. So if you don't like dice games, don't get this. If you're heavy on theme, don't get this. It's not for you. But if you like Cthulhu, HP Lovecraft, Arkham Horror, and you're willing to try a dice game, well then try it. It's relatively inexpensive, 25, 30 bucks depending on where you get it. You know, I mean, you can't really beat that. Quick and easy. It's basically meant to be a quick, easy setup, quick and easy playthrough for a little bit, just a kind of a filler game. But it's a little bit more than that. So you got 25, 30 bucks and you're interested in getting into dice games. I'm sure there are other dice games out there that are better than this, but if you like dice games with the Cthulhu, Arkham type theme to it, then I would go for this. Unseen Forces expansion, it adds a little bit. I'd recommend, if you're going to get it and you like this, I'd recommend getting Unseen Forces. Adds more cards, which are always great. Plus, you know, you get the Cursed and Blessed dice. And I like the Blessed dice. I really do. I like the mechanics of it. And I think the Cursed dice are good for it. Are good mechanics too. I mean, it's not good for you if you get it in the game, but, you know, as far as playthrough wise, it makes things interesting. What, 15 bucks? 10 bucks, maybe? I mean, you know, it's worth it. I don't know if they're going to come out with another expansion. If they do come out with another expansion, I'll get it. I just wonder what they're going to do. You know, I don't know if there's much you can do. I know you can add more cards, but, you know, I don't know what to say about, you know, maybe a new type of dice. Who knows what they can do with it. But they're keeping quiet about it, so you never know if they're going to come out with another expansion with this. But Elder Sign, if you accept it for what it is, it's a fun game. I recommend getting it if you got some extra money, or if you're interested in getting in dice games, or if you're like me and saying, well, I at least got to have one dice game. And I like Cthulhu and I like Lovecraft, so, you know, let me get that. But don't go into this expecting this to be Arkham Horror or Eldritch Horror theme-wise. Just don't. Okay. Well, SoloGamer saying, I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, give me a like, subscribe, questions, comments about anything. Oh yeah, there was one other thing I'd like to say. For some weird reason, if you see my playthroughs, this game, you tend to play better with fewer characters. I don't know what it is. Hell, most of the time when I ended up with just having one character left because the other ones had died, I did a hell of a lot better. So I find that a little weird about this game. But if you're playing with a bunch of other people, it'd be for some fun stuff. But if you play it by yourself, solo, try to play with as few characters as you can. Oops. Because it's just somehow a little bit easier that way. Alright, SoloGamer saying, see you next time.